quick thoughts on the $80 million Fever facility and Stephanie White being like, we're going to be aggressive in free agency, and massive names who are available. And I think, this is my bold prediction, the Indiana Fever are going to be playing for the WNBA title next year. Wow. They have their cornerstone pieces under rookie contracts, and you have the DeWanna Bonners and the Leah Edwards of the league as Kelsey Plum, free agents.
WNBA free agency has officially begun, and the Indiana Fever aren't holding anything back. The league's hottest team is crafting something big, and everyone's talking with a brand new $78 million facility and a roster on the verge of major upgrades this offseason is anything but ordinary.
There are big-name veteran pieces that the Fever have money to go get to put them in position to be playing for a WNBA title. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw Aaliyah Boston talking about the facilities upgrade, which is going to be great because that's really how you compete right now in the women's space. It's why women don't want to go to Chicago as free agents, right? Despite, like, Angel Reese is going to get more interest there, but the reputation of the ownership and the facilities aren't great.
Here's the reality: free agents are lining up to join Caitlin Clark and company. We're talking all-stars, defensive anchors, and offensive juggernauts who see Indiana as the next big thing. Curious who's on the Fever's radar? We're about to spill the tea on 15 top free agents eager to be part of this hoops renaissance. And don't go anywhere. Numbers 16 and 17 are two veteran powerhouses who could change the game for the Fever and leave a lasting mark on the league.
We felt this way to begin with, that the Fever were going to be a destination because you have Caitlin Clark, you have Aaliyah Boston, and you have a really, really young team. And I think now with Steph White, who is hands down one of the best coaches in the league, and we saw that with Connecticut, even though they fell a little bit short, I think that, you know, this is going to be big.
Picture this: the Indiana Fever, fresh off their best season in years, are gearing up for something huge. And their secret weapon isn't a flashy new scheme, it's a full-blown quest to build a dynasty. They're not hunting for just a couple of pieces, they're rolling out a 4-point plan designed to rattle the entire WNBA. With more than $650,000 in cap space, the Fever are ready to reshape the league. First priority: keeping Kelsey Mitchell. She's been a scoring blaze at 19.2 points per game, and the ideal backcourt match for their generational star Caitlin Clark. The Fever are determined to keep her in the fold and have already put a supermax offer on the table through the core designation.
Are you in a position where you can add some pieces?
Yes, we are. We're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
But that's not the whole story. The Fever know they need more firepower, and they're targeting versatile wings who can score, defend, and take pressure off Caitlin and Kelsey. And then there's the forward spot. Indiana wants enforcers, players who can battle in the paint and add the defensive edge Aaliyah Boston needs beside her.
I see a lot of players wanting to go, in this offseason, a lot of players are going to want to go to the Fever.
And finally, the Fever are zeroing in on a backup guard, someone who can steer the offense whenever Caitlin or Kelsey step off the floor. It's all woven into a bigger vision, building a roster that can last deep into the postseason. President Kelly Krauskopf made it clear when she said, if you're a smart player, you'd want to play with her, pointing to Caitlin Clark's ability to elevate everyone around her. But this isn't only about stacking signings, it's about crafting a culture that draws elite talent. Which brings us back to Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever's homegrown scoring engine. She's at a pivotal moment, and her choice could reshape the franchise, because for her and for Indiana, this goes beyond basketball.
The recognition that you deserve, but maybe weren't necessarily getting before.
No, it's a great question. I think that I think the reality of it is that I don't think people would know without C-squared, so shout out to Caitlin. That's just the reality. I think she's done an unbelievable job of bringing, you know, obviously her own fans and people that support her. But, you know, for me, I kind of laugh at it and I embrace it at the same time, because I've always kind of flew under the radar. I've always kind of been that person or that player, very conservative, very an introvert. So now I get to see the flip side of it. And it's kind of funny. I can laugh about it because I know it's come from a genuine place, but I embrace it from a standpoint of, like, people not, you know, guaranteed to see me play, and now that they do, I just hope I do right by it. You know?
Mitchell has stayed with Indiana through every high and low, and now she's on the brink of something big after the Olympic break. She caught fire 7 straight games with 20-plus points. That's the kind of burst that can elevate a good team into a true contender. But the real twist? Mitchell isn't just a scorer. She's the pulse of the franchise. Her connection with Caitlin Clark is electric. Both averaged 19.2 points per game, turning scoreboards into light shows, and she's still rising. Last season, she posted a career-best 46.8% from the field. That's premium efficiency.
A lot of people don't understand that either about Caitlin. You don't know where those passes are going.
No,
Yo,
it's going to go to where she thinks you're going to score from. She's like a football. She's passing you into a route.
Peyton Manning. Indianapolis' finest.
Mitchell has been honest about exploring free agency, but Fever fans shouldn't panic. She's also said, "I've always had a home in Indy, so it could potentially be a home for me again." And here's the twist: sources around the team say she's leaning towards staying. She sees what's being built. Now about those versatile wings, buckle up Fever fans, because things are about to escalate. There's one free agent who could push this team from promising to downright unstoppable. Sabali. And here's the kicker, she's already been vocal about her admiration for Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin is an amazing generational talent, and she's going to do amazing things. Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. She's selling out gyms. Why would you hate against that? We had a sold-out home opener. I think it was a practice game, like it wasn't even serious. We benefited from that because now we have all our fans there, and they're excited, and you have new people coming into a market. She is her own economy, and that is amazing.
Picture this as 6 feet 4 inches force who can score, defend, and create plays with ease. That's Sabali. Last season, she put up a dazzling 17.9 points per game, pulled down 6.4 rebounds, and handed out 5 assists, a true three-way weapon. And she's not just an offensive engine. Her instincts in the passing lanes are razor-sharp, and she can lock onto her matchup without budging. At her to Indiana, and the Fever's defense instantly jumps a tier.
Tonight, Williams slips the pen. Oh, Satu! Get that egg out of our basket.
Dallas needed a little bit of juice, a little bit of energy right there. Thank you for that, Satu.
Now for the big question, can the Fever actually land her? All signs say yes. Sabali has already informed Dallas she wants out, leaving Paris with silver and eyeing Indiana with golden intentions. And then there's Gabby Williams, fresh off the Olympics. She's back with fire in her chest and something to prove. If you're ready for a comeback arc that could tilt the Fever's entire trajectory, she might be the one.
Gabby Williams with the pick. Oh, the back to Jewel. Hello! Showtime on a Wednesday night in CPAC.
Williams isn't just another free agent. She's a standout who's thrived on the international stage, helping lead France to Olympic silver in Paris. And her last WNBA run with Seattle was solid: 10.3 points, 4.0 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game. She finished that season on a surge, hitting double figures in 4 of her final 5 games. The steady production Indiana craves. Now imagine her versatility on defense paired with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. That trio would keep opposing coaches up late. And the best part, Williams is hungry for another shot.
Quality depth is going to be important. You know, when you have a core 3 like we have, surrounding them with players who are going to, fill the roles, certainly, first and foremost, who are going to embrace the roles, secondly, and who give us the best opportunities for success by complementing what they do really, really well.
And speaking of players with something to prove, there's another name stirring up chatter across the league. They call her Hollywood, but her next act might be the comeback of the year. Ready for the Kennedy Carter show? When it comes to scoring punch, Carter has it in abundance: 17.5 points per game in the WNBA last season, and nearly 30 a night during her stint in China. That's the kind of firepower that could vault Indiana's offense into a new stratosphere. But here's the twist: Carter's brilliance often arrives with a bit of turbulence. Remember this.
On the play before bumping in with Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit after the Fever
I
score.
didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough.
Now imagine Carter, quick, crafty, and endlessly creative, joining forces with Caitlin Clark. That backcourt alone could keep opposing coaches awake at night. Carter has already said she wants a fresh start, and Indiana's revamped leadership and player-focused culture might be the perfect stage for her revival. Shifting gears, there's another name that doesn't always make headlines, but might be the Fever's secret ingredient. Think relentless energy and uncanny feel for the ball, and the engine of a distance runner. That's Monique Billings, the spark plug, who could electrify Indiana's second unit.
Just a nice job of putting the ball on the deck, getting Uhas to bite. Nice spin move back to the left for easy. 1-2.
Billings made waves with the Dallas Wings in 2024, averaging 7.4 points over 24 games. But her impact goes far beyond the stat sheet. She's a rebounding machine, constantly generating second-chance opportunities and frustrating opponents. With her relentless hustle in transition, Billings is a blur, often outrunning opposing bigs for easy buckets. Pair her with Aaliyah Boston, and you've got a rebounding duo that could give opponents nightmares. But Billings isn't just about the board. She has the defensive versatility to guard multiple positions, giving the Fever the flexibility to lock down opponents. Now, turning to the forward position, there are some truly strong free agents in the mix that could take Indiana to the next level.
What's up, DC? How are you? How you doing? Good to see you. You got the rush? Yeah.
Let's talk about a true game changer, someone who could push the Fever from rebuilding to contending in a single leap. Imagine Nneka Agwamike, former MVP and three-time WNBA champion, wearing Indiana's blue, red, and gold feels unreal, right? She's not just any free agent. She's a 9-time All-Star, still putting up over 16 points and 7 rebounds a night. And she's expanded her arsenal, knocking down a stunning 40% from deep. That kind of versatility keeps coaches wide-eyed and gives fans championship visions.
I mean, I thought that they were professional, like as anyone at this level would be. I'm always impressed by the two of them. I think it was also really fun to see them playing together tonight. They had some synergy and the maturity that they have going in, not even just being here at All-Star.
Now, let's turn to a player eager for a comeback, someone who could fill a crucial gap in Indiana's championship blueprint. Remember Benia Jones, the 2-time All-Star who is dominating the league before her injury. She's back on the market, and the Fever could be the ideal place for her return to form.
In fact, they're talking about Brianna Jones, who is at Connecticut, potentially signing in Indiana, and I think that's going to be huge.
Former coach.
Yeah, former coach, right?
Jones isn't just any player. She's a defensive juggernaut with a rapidly improving offensive game. Before her setback, she was putting up 14.5 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. What truly sets her apart is her ability to guard multiple positions. Imagine Jones teaming up with Aaliyah Boston in the front court, not just a duo, but a defensive fortress that could give opponents nightmares. Jones's rebounding and Boston's shot blocking make them a paint-dominating force on both ends. Now, picture a 36-year-old veteran defying father time, playing some of the best basketball of her career. That's Diana Bonner. The Indiana Fever are taking notice. But the question remains, can her experience fit into the team's timeline for the future?
That was the reason for putting you on Caitlin. Usually, Dejanay guards her.
Just game planning, trying to come up with a strategy. They beat us last time, so we had to do something different. Yeah, that was about it. It was nothing behind it. They got 2 great guards, so somebody got to step up and play defense. And I mean, that's the only way to beat them. So just took on the challenge, and she's a great player. I know next game she's gonna come out firing. So got to go back, watch some video, and see what we can do. But there was nothing behind it. I mean, that's the only way we can win, honestly.
Here's where it gets interesting. Bonner isn't just hanging on, she's thriving. Last season, she averaged 16.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game, all-star caliber numbers. But her impact goes far beyond stats. Bonner is a Swiss Army knife on the court, capable of scoring, creating plays, and locking down opponents on defense.
You've been asked to do something today that you haven't done all season. Guard Caitlin Clark. She's 0 for 3 when you're defending her. How have you made your presence felt there?
Well, let me knock on some wood real quick. She's a great player. I know she's going to come out second half ready to go, so I got a key in.
You might be thinking she's great, but can she sustain it? Bonner shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, her experience could be the secret weapon the Fever need, mentoring young stars like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, teaching them what it takes to win at the highest level. Now, imagine a scoring explosion, a player so dominant she once led the league in both points and rebounds. Sounds like a dream for the Indiana Fever. That dream could become reality with Tina Charles on their radar.
Yeah, I mean, the energy that we're getting, the reception, the eyes that we're getting on us, it's amazing. And it's just because of that new generation that's coming in.
Charles isn't just any free agent. She's one of the greatest scorers in WNBA history and was named MVP in 2012. But she's not focused on personal accolades. In her own words, she wants to be somewhere she can help a team win a championship. Despite her storied career, one thing is missing from her resume, and that opportunity. could come with a Fever pair her with young phenoms like Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. And you don't just have an offense, you have a scoring juggernaut ready to dominate.
Obviously, we know who Caitlin Clark is and what she's been able, her impact in this league and especially this year. So however we can get it, I'll take it for me personally. So just thankful that I'm able to be a part of it and still be here to witness it. Yeah.
Charles isn't just one-dimensional. She can stretch the floor, creating space for her teammates. With her versatility, the Fever could unleash a high-powered offense that gives opposing coaches nightmares. But before we crown Indiana as offensive juggernauts, consider this: a 3-time WNBA champion is on the market who offers something even more valuable than scoring. Enter Natasha Howard, a defensive dynamo who could redefine Indiana's identity on the court. This isn't just about adding another player. It's about bringing in a proven winner with the skills to lock down opponents and change the game.
In the second half for DP. Kalani Brown takes the 15. Oh, Natasha Howard one-hands it.
Last season, Howard posted solid numbers, averaging 1.2 blocks and 1.3 steals per game. But that barely scratches the surface of her impact. Her real value lies in disrupting offenses and creating turnovers, making her a true game changer with championship experience and elite defensive skills. Howard could be the catalyst that turns Indiana from a promising young team into a legitimate title contender. Now let's talk guards. The Fever might be targeting a sharpshooter who could make their backcourt a nightmare for opponents. Kelsey Plum, one of the league's deadliest scorers, who appears to be on her way out of the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh man, I'm super happy for her. She can have it. And I think it's really cool to see her do it in the fashion that she's doing it, bringing attention to the game. And you know, I always just try to make sure when people bring it up to me, I always try to make sure that I don't fail to mention, like, hey, she's a human being too, right? So the record's great, but at the end of the day, she's a human being and a person. And we just got to make sure that we show her a ton of love outside of her performance, right? So I think that sometimes we get caught up in the media, no offense, but in the media, you know, trying to break these certain records. But at the end of the day, it will come naturally. She's a baller. She'll be great.
Picture this: Plum averaged a scorching 17.8 points per game last season and shot a career 40% from three. That's the kind of efficiency that keeps defenses up at night. Now she's hinted at exploring free agency. Imagine a backcourt featuring Plum, Clark, and Mitchell. Not just firepower, but a full-blown offensive arsenal. 3 players who can score from anywhere on the court. Now for a comeback story that could surprise everyone. Sims, a former all-star who's been bouncing around the league, isn't done yet. In fact, she could be the secret weapon the Fever need to elevate their game to the next level.
She's Rookie of the Month, Player of the Month, back-to-back Player of the Week, as she has put forth just a stunning stretch of play.
Picture this: Sims stepped onto the court for Dallas and immediately turned heads, averaging 17.2 points per game on her hardship contract. But it gets even more impressive after joining the Sparks. She proved she could still compete at the highest level, starting 10 games and averaging 10.8 points.
Everybody's been watching Caitlin. She's a great player. She's playing at a very high level, especially with her assists. Like, there's a lot of shots she turned down because she was looking for her teammates. I mean, that just speaks volume of how she is as a player. Don't know her as a person, but she's a great player. What she does, what she's been doing since game 1 till now. Got nothing but respect for her. She did her thing tonight. Just awesome all around.
You might be wondering, can Sims still deliver night after night? She's confident. "I want to show I can still play at a high level and be a valuable asset to a team," she said. With career averages of 14.1 points and 4.5 assists, she has the numbers to back it up. When Clark needs a breather, Sims could step in and keep the offense humming like a well-oiled machine. Just when you thought the Fever's roster couldn't get more exciting, here comes Kia Nurse, a sharpshooter who can light it up from downtown and lock down opponents. Nurse had a roller coaster season last year, but she also posted a career-high 48% effective field goal percentage, efficiency you can't ignore. And it's not just offense. Nurse is a defensive Swiss Army knife capable of guarding multiple positions, exactly what the Fever need to boost their defensive rating after last season's struggles.
That's protecting your space is huge, and especially because there is so much kind of on her shoulders, and I think, you know, she has to handle it in a quick span of time too. You don't even really get a lot of time to digest that your college career is done, because then you get drafted, then you get thrown in the WNBA.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Nurse has made it clear she's looking for a team where she can make a real impact. I want to be in a place where I can help the team win and grow. As a player, she said, sounds like a perfect fit for the Fever's new culture. From one dynamic guard to another, there's a potential reunion that's got Fever fans buzzing. Erica Wheeler, she's back on the market, and her history with Indiana might just make your jaw drop.
All we do is have fun. With Caitlin Clark, who never takes anything serious, like I tell people all the time, she's really a kid at heart.
Erica Wheeler was once the heart and soul of the Fever's backcourt, dazzling fans with her leadership and playmaking, but recently her production has dipped, leaving some to question if she can still compete at the highest level. She's one of the league's highest paid players, which raises the question, would she be willing to give up salary for more guaranteed years, or perhaps transition into a coaching role with the Fever? Now for the surprise, picture a 6 feet 8 inches powerhouse who once dropped 53 points in a single game, Liz Cambage. She's been dominating in China, but she's hinted at a WNBA comeback. The stats are jaw-dropping, and if the Fever pursue her, it could be a high-risk, high-reward gamble. At her peak, Cambage was an absolute force, averaging 23 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game, while shooting an incredible 51% from the field. But it's not just about the past. She's still dominating overseas, proving she has plenty left in the tank. Now imagine Cambage teaming up with Aaliyah Boston, a frontcourt duo that could give opposing coaches nightmares. Cambage's ability to draw defenders and create space perfectly complements the Fever's offense centered around Caitlin Clark. That said, her WNBA exit was messy. Is the potential reward worth the risk? That's the million-dollar question the Fever's front office is wrestling with. Speaking of million-dollar questions, here's one that will blow your mind.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing.
Could the greatest of all time be suiting up for the Fever next season? Diana Taurasi's free agency has set the basketball world on fire, opening up unbelievable possibilities. Picture this, the GOAT herself, with multiple championships and MVP awards, joining forces with the next face of women's basketball. Taurasi's impact on young players is legendary, and her knowledge of the game could elevate Caitlin Clark's skills to a whole new level. Over the season, Taurasi's admiration for Clark has grown, captured in a heartwarming moment of her hugging Caitlin during one of their last games together.
I mean, it's amazing. What Caitlin's been able to do in her short career so far has just been nothing short of remarkable. And the one thing that I really love about her, she loves the game. You can tell she's put the work in. And even, throughout, her short WNBA career, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her. And, she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game. So her future is super bright. And, being a veteran and being in this league for a long, long time, it's pretty cool to see that and, going into the future.
Imagine a veteran like Taurasi, known for her scoring and leadership, mentoring a young Caitlin Clark during her last dance. The league is about to feel the heat. The Fever aren't just building a team, they're crafting a basketball revolution. With these resources, Indiana is positioned to attract top-tier talent and transform their on-court performance. But it's not just about flashy signings. They're focused on creating a winning culture. Keep your eyes on Indiana, with Caitlin Clark leading the charge. And potential star power additions, the Fever could ignite the WNBA. The next dynasty might be forming right before our eyes. Are you ready for the Fever to bring the heat? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen. We'll see you in the next one.